Welcome back to the ROKR Marble Spaceport Marble Run. This is how far we got last time with the sign and this piece installed. Today we're going to be doing another ball movement section down to page 16 and it looks like onto page 17 maybe. We'll see how far we get. Looks like we need some more of the small balls, one of them, and some other parts. Okay, first thing we need to do is we take the small balls, and it goes in this hole here, and we have a couple of these 824s to hold it in place. There. And there, that'll act as a counterweight more than likely for this shaft right here. So once the shaft is in, this whole thing should be balanced so it hangs in the proper direction. We need to take A6, which goes around this outside edge with this over here. And this facing that way, it looks like this goes right over the top there on both sides. And then we need to take our shaft. Oh, looks like we take A14, 3 of them. Just these little pieces of wood, they shove through these holes and hold it all together. One, two, and 3. So it looks like once that's done, these pins here, these holes here will line up. We take our little shaft, and it looks like we stick 3 of these bushings on it. These little clear bushings that are hard to see. 2, 3. And it goes through this hole here, closest to here, but out on the outside edge. And 3 more bushings on the other side. I guess it's just a little bit more of the counterweight. 2. Okay. More parts. What are these? 30 long. Okay. Over here we're looking at, we need our shaft with the bushing on it. Excuse me. I'm trying to see, put the bushing on feed through, put bushing on the other side. Okay. Bushing goes on a 5mm slot here. It will go through this piece that we built through the center hole, and then we get another bushing on the other side, and we're going to use this C slot to push it on. That way it's off center. Hopefully that's still right, because I kind of got this slot moved. Looks about right. C is right. So you end up with that. But we need to have our shim in here as well. So okay, we take this piece, we take J2, which is here. We want it facing this way, blank slate facing up. And we need E18. And saying to pay attention to the direction it goes. There's a slot here that this goes into. The other end looks like it just hangs over the edge. Like that. Then, let's see, coming down over here, flip it over, and it is going to go on this piece. With it this way. So I'm looking at right here, you can see this slot here. And it's going that way, right? This stuff here you can see right there. So it's going to go this way up with this piece going in, kind of lining up. Ah, this is a break, so it doesn't go too far. Okay. Make sure that's accessible. And then we're taking another one of these bushings and it's going to go on here. Use this till it's flush. Flip it over. So now we're looking up. This is facing this way. This is facing, or this is over here. This is facing this way. This is at the bottom with this slot facing this way. We take E4. And it goes right up there. E5 is symmetrical and it's going to go right here. And this piece here, E2, is going to go right here, like that. We're going to take our J1, and same thing as before. We take this little E18, and it's going to go in this slot here, but this time it's coming up from the bottom. So there's a mirror image of that one, essentially. Then everything goes together. We'll leave this bumper out here so it stays out of the way. Got a slot here, 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 and here. I'll pin, slot, slot, slot. And then this stuff will line up at the bottom. So once everything is lined up and it gets pressed together. Oops, that came out. There. Pin in the center, then this top is pressed together, and this one gets pressed together. And this should move very freely. If it doesn't, you need to make some adjustments to make it move freely. That brings us to here. Next, we need to put a bushing on this side and continue on. So I use some more parts. Okay, first thing we need to do is put a bushing on this side. We want to make sure we don't push anything through. And I'm not going to do it too tight because, like I said, this piece here needs to be loose. And it's already really loose with the shim in it. Oops, sorry about that. We take another one of these shims on the end. Take our Z5, make sure it's oriented right. It's hard to see here, but I have a round piece here that concave round piece, convex, convex. This was 6 out farther than this one. And the square tab's at the top. Shaft comes through that square tab. We take part E7, and the small end goes towards the top. And it's a tight fit. Part should fit tightly. It says, okay, so like that. And then it looks like this is going over the top of that. So with this pin here going through this slot here, the shorter of the 2 slots, and I think through the hole in this piece right here, with this pin going through the hole right there. So get everything to line up. Good luck with that. Take your time, like that. And then we'll take another bush you can put on top. Right there, I'm not going too far in with it because, like I said, this has to move freely. So these both stop at this direction, this stops at this direction. So that whole wheel is only going to move that little bit. What's that? 30 to 45 degrees. Get the rest of the parts here. Let's see, K8. P1. Okay. So next thing we need to do with this piece is, it looks like we're flipped over. We're going to put one of these bushings on this pin right here. Makes sense. Keeps it from coming out. Just like that. Don't get it too tight. Keep everything loose here. It's got to move freely. Okay. Then we have K8, which goes in, it looks like right here. And K34. Which comes over these pegs right here. One on either side. Like that. And then saying, like I've been saying, make sure this moves freely. If you've done it right, you shouldn't even need any wax on that, because the only spot it's touching is this axle down here for rotational, and this are brakes. Slightly pull the grating is the arrow direction observed to rotate freely for your position. If your returns position, proceed to the next step. Otherwise, further troubleshooting section on page 14. Let's see, it's back over here somewhere. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to get it installed. So this piece here, we just turned around. It's going to go into these 2 slots here and slide. So these 2 are going to go in the slots with the gap facing what we've already completed. And then just pushing on this bottom section, I'm just going to slide it over. You don't want to push it up here, you'll break it. So 1, 2. And these slots here will line up the holes between them. Then we need 2 E13s, which I didn't get out yet. E13 is over here. These are going to go from above. It's going to come down into here. And that's what's going to hold this piece from sliding back out. In, thank you. There. Again, that's sliding freely. Then we're going to take 2 H15s. And they're going to connect the 2 here. So you're going to get one. This is going to be the hole, that's going to go over that pin. Just like that. Same thing on this side. Whoops. Let's stick it on the right way. There. And then I need 2 H1s. They're going to hold this side. They're going to go on, so this section here faces that way. One there, and one on this other side. So that's what that looks like. Put those in place. And that's it for that setup. Now if I take, I had another ball here. Maybe one of these will work. One of these, I think, drops in there, and then that thing should just turn and drop it back out. I'm not sure if I have something to look tight here, or these. So these are the smaller ones, but they're just not heavy enough. Got a couple of the bigger ones. I've got a bigger one in there. The bigger one makes it drop. It's just big enough to make it drop. So that's it for today. Next time when we come back, we'll be working on whatever this contraption is. So until then, I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you next time.